Well, since yesterday was the International Star Wars Day, that really put me into the mood. As I said in my Star Wars trailer review, I will review all the Star Wars movies for you, I'll promise. Let's start with the beginning. Star Wars. I know that a lot of people call this movie Episode 4, A New Hope, or Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. No, not me. I'm gonna call this movie Star Wars because that is what it was called when it first came out in 1977. Unlike all the other reviews that I did in the past, this video will contain a lot of spoilers. I will talk in detail about this movie, about the original edition, and about the changes that they did throughout the years. But then again, if you haven't seen Star Wars yet, what? So Star Wars came out in 1977, and it completely changed everything we knew about sci-fi movies and movies in general. It is really one of those timeless classics. So what is Star Wars about? Star Wars takes place in a galaxy far, far away, and we are in the middle of a galactic civil war. There is this huge evil galactic empire that just tries to dominate the entire galaxy. And the only people trying to stop it are the Rebel Alliance. Our main character is Luke Skywalker, played by Mark Hamill. He lives on the sand planet of Tatooine. It's a piece of shit planet, it's boring as shit, and he hates living there. But he does live there with his uncle and aunt. Tatooine is one of those planets that is located in the outer of the galaxy, so the Empire really doesn't have a grip on this planet, which means either criminals live there, old hermits, or farmer boys. Yeah, it's not a great place to live in. And Luke really wants to fight in the rebellion, but his uncle, Owen, is all like, no, you're not gonna do this. I do not want you to become like your father. So due to a set of circumstances, Luke gets into contact with two droids that bring him to Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi tells him, yeah, I know your father. He used to be a Jedi Knight just like me, but Darth Vader murdered him. Now what is a Jedi Knight? A Jedi Knight is essentially a guardian of peace who is able to use the Force. The Force is this field of energy that can also enhance your abilities, especially when it comes to telekinesis, telepathy, and enhanced reflexes. So Obi-Wan convinces Luke to become a Jedi himself and help him save Princess Leia, played by Carrie Fisher, who had been captured by the evil Lord Darth Vader. Now Darth Vader is one of the most menacing bastards in movie history. He is such a great villain. He is well spoken. He has an entire legion of soldiers that just blindly follows his every order. And he is also able to use the Force. Yeah, that's not good news for our rebels. So Luke and Obi-Wan enlist the help of the smuggler Han Solo, played by Harrison Ford. Easily the coolest character in the film. He and his Wookiee friend Chewbacca are smugglers, and they have a ship called the Millennium Falcon. Luke and Obi-Wan meet them at the Cantina bar. And to this day, this scene is referenced everywhere. You have the really catchy song. And this is where the new edition really started to fuck shit up. Like I said, a lot of changes have been added to the movie. Some I can roll with. I can roll with all the digital enhanced scenes when it comes to fight sequences. I can even roll with the CGI shit we see on Tatooine now. What I cannot roll is all the shit that affects the characters and the drama. And here it is. The first time we meet Han Solo, he's just a badass. He's in for the money. He's a mercenary. And he owes Jabba the Hutt, a criminal, money. So Jabba put a bounty on his head, and this bounty hunter Greedo sits down with Han Solo, and he's like, and Han Solo's like, yeah, I bet you have, and just shoots him in the face. In the new version, Greedo shoots first. That does not make any sense. That is destroying the character. And a very cool, iconic scene. The only other scene that I do not want to have in this movie that was added later is the meeting between Jabba the Hutt and Han Solo. In its original release, you hear about Jabba the Hutt for 2 movies. So when you finally see him in Return of the Jedi, it's like you earned it. But now the surprise is kind of sucked out of it. Oh, why would you do that? Anyways, Luke Skywalker convinces Han to help him save the princess. And it turns out her entire home planet had been blown up by the Empire. Yeah, they have this huge thing called the Death Star. It's able to blow up fucking planets. So while Luke and Han manage to free the princess, Obi-Wan spares off with his former student Darth Vader. And Obi-Wan is so badass, he just gives in. He's all like, strike me down and I will become much more powerful than you would ever know. He just gives it in, Darth Vader slices him down and he's just gone. He's just gone. Luke and the rest of the characters arrive at the Rebel base. They plan to launch this attack on the Death Star itself. Because they found out that this Death Star has a huge fucking construction failure. There's this tiny little hole, and if you shoot a torpedo into this hole, the entire station just blows up completely. So Luke leads the assault team. Han Solo's all like, peace, I'm out, I'm in for the money, and I don't want part of your rebellion. One pilot after another just bites the dust. Darth Vader gets into a ship personally and tries to kill Luke when he realizes that this boy is also force sensitive. But then it happens. The TIE fighter next to him just randomly blows up and you see Han is back to save the fucking day. Luke blows up the station and this is the conclusion to one of the most iconic movies of all time. They all get their Medal of Honors and shit and celebrate, and yeah. This movie is just fantastic in every way. It has amazing characters, it's set up an entire saga, it's quotable as shit. The music. I mean, the first time I ever saw those titles pop up on the screen, I was like, thank you. It is the ultimate story about good versus evil, coming of age. It has even fairy tale themes in it. In addition to that, John Williams created one of the most iconic and probably my favorite soundtrack of all time. The practical effects and the sets are just so amazing, which is another thing that the prequels that I do not like fucked up. The prequels were just completely CGI fuckfests. In those original movies, they actually built something. This movie still holds up on so many levels. This is groundbreaking shit, I'm telling you. If you have not seen Star Wars yet, you're doing yourself a disservice. So yeah, all in all, I gotta say, cool characters, amazing dialogues, great action, a terrific villain, an amazing soundtrack, and just an amazing universe that just sucks you in it. Star Wars definitely gets the gold medal. So here it is. I had to give you this, and I will review all the other Star Wars movies until The Force Awakens hits the theaters. Thank you guys as always for watching. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then just subscribe.